Hi, so I wanted to take a moment and show you how I use some of the spreads that I use for my readings, just so you get an idea of what it looks like to have a reading with me. This is the Tarot Illuminati. I'm just using it today so you can see what it looks like to have the cards laid out while I'm using one of the spreads that I use. I want to give you an idea of what the Celtic Cross looks like when I use it. It's a little bit of a small space, but I think you'll get the idea. So after we come to an agreement on your question, then I shuffle the cards. And I'll do this 3 times. If you're curious as to why it's 3 times, feel free to ask. I definitely want to make sure that I get a good shuffle and a mix. And then once they're shuffled, then we'll have the opportunity to lay out and talk about what each of the cards means. I like to go one by one, and then we'll talk about them as a whole. So first, there's always a current state. Then we'll take a look at what the root is of the question. So what's underlying it? What could be something hidden in the question that you may not have shared, or we might need to get out on the table. What the history or the background is of the question. So what's come before, and we'll take a look at what's come before and how it informs the current states. Then where you're aspiring, this is my version, so where you're aspiring to be in this space. So what is it that you would like to occur here related to your question? And then we'll talk about what the potential is, or how, based on all of this information, what the potential is for the outcome that you're looking for to occur. And it's basically a current path type of situation. So based on all of these things, if you don't change anything, then we'll see what this type of potential outcome might be. Then I'll pull a card that tells me more about you and where you are in the space. I'll pull a card to tell me more about who's surrounding you, what's surrounding you. It could be events, it could be people. So events like, marriage, death, that kind of thing. And how that informs the situation, and as you are trying to achieve your goal, what that means. Then I'll pull a card that tells me more about your hopes and fears in the situation. So what is it that you hope will happen? What is it that you fear might happen? And then one that is the outcome based on all of this stuff. So if all of this stuff never changes, this is the potential outcome for the question that you have. I don't use this spread very often, but if it's something that you're interested in, I want you to know that it is an option if it's something that is helpful to you. This is one of the longer spreads, so I don't have it up in my shop right now, but if you're curious about how to get this, we can talk about it. This type of spread would definitely take longer than 30 minutes, and most of my consultations are 30-minute increments, so we'd have to talk about that together and make sure we have an understanding about how this reading would go. So if you'd like to know more about that or find out how to get in contact with me, go ahead and check out comingoutttarot.com.